Oh, rasu. Ya, nanang sukal-sukal lah.
Greetings to all the participants present here. On behalf of QA Research and Publications, I would like to welcome you all for the webinar on a beginner's guide to APA referencing format. To start with, let me give you a brief introduction about QA Research and Publication. QA serves as a platform to publish research articles in prominent journals and conferences proceedings. We assist authors in publishing the research findings in high impact factor journals, promoting their work, enhancing their reputation, and building a strong scientific profile. Among several indexing databases, Scopus is one of the most preferred for publishing articles. The wide recognition and impact of these journals make them highly valued in their academic career. We have recently collaborated with the Scopus Quvae journal, that is FN1000 research, published by Taylor and Francis. The authors can now easily submit their articles through a partnered gateway with FN1000. FN1000 Research is an open research publishing platform for scientists, scholars, and clinicians that offers rapid publication of articles and other research outputs without editorial bias. All articles benefit from transparent peer review and editorial guidance on making all source data openly available. Now, I would like to welcome our speaker, Dr. Hazin Usman Tushar, who is an associate professor and coordinator of the Bachelor of Business Administration program at the College of Business Administration, IUBAT. Additionally, he is in charge of the University Ranking Exercise Division at IUBAT. Dr. Tushar completed his PhD from the Graduate School of Human Resource and Organizational Development at the National Institute of National Administration. Also, he earned his Master of Business Administration in International Business Management in 2014 from STIU, Thailand, where he was awarded the Dean's Award for his exceptional CGPA. Prior to that, he obtained his Bachelor of Business Administration with a major in Marketing and Production Operation Management from IUBAT. Dr. Tushar's professional journey began as a quality management trainee at Premier Flex Plastic Limited, a sister concern of ACI. He then served as a strategic analyst at Opus Technology Limited. Furthermore, he has experienced as a teaching assistant and research assistant at the College of Business Administration, IUBAT. He also served as a visiting professor at Chandigarh University. Now, I would like to welcome our speaker once again. You may start now, Doctor.
Thank you very much. Um, Good afternoon, everyone.
Yes, Doctor.
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. So I can see some of my students and also many participants from different part of the world. So I'm not sure whether it is good afternoon or good noon or good morning. So good morning, good noon, and good afternoon and good evening as well. So can I share my screen or
Yes, Doctor, you can share.
okay. Is it visible?
Yes, Doctor,
Yes,
it's
sir.
visible.
Visible.
All right.
It's feasible.
All right. Okay, so before without wasting time, let's start the presentation. So today's topic is kind of a beginner's guide to APA paper and referencing format, particularly for the PhD student or masters or the students, those who are uh, planning to prepare their thesis and research papers. It is for the beginner's guide for the APA referencing paper and referencing format. This is Hasanujaman Tushar, as you know, and Miss Sneha has already given the introduction. So basically, I'd like to speak about the next 1 hour, 1.5 hours regarding I'll start with the overview of APA format. Then why should we use this APA format in both paper formatting and referencing, and discussion of the sample guideline. I'll show you some of the sample papers and how to incorporate the referencing and text citation format over there. Then we'll discuss about the citation and references in different way. And also I'll bring some discussion about AP6 differences between AP6 and 7th edition. And then I'll allocate 20 to 30 minutes regarding the question answer session. So let's start. What is APA? In general, all of us know that APA is American Psychological Association. Basically, it promotes the guideline for preparing research papers and projects and scholarly manuscript in the social and behavioral sciences. APA format is widely accepted and one of the widely used formatting system in the world as of now. So most of the graduate schools and PhD scholars, they usually use this APA format for their for the references and citation and also paper formatting system. So AP styles refers to system of citing research sources in particular. So as you can see, this is the book that also you can buy. This logo is from 6th edition, but right now it is 7th edition. So it is called Publication Manual of the American Psychological Association. So this is around 300 pages book. So you can get all the answer from there. So this is the reference book of this presentation that I have used. So as I say, this APA format is provide guidelines for the research papers. And why should we use APA format? Because to prepare a clear and quality report, of course, credibility as a writer, and to develop and practice a central report format, and to avoid and reduce plagiarism. So we'll discuss about one by one this thing in the later presentation. Prior to that, let me show you, this is the general manuscript structure and content, as all of us know. So if you'd like to develop a research paper, these are the general manuscript structure. So from beginning to last, title page, abstract, introduction. So in most of the cases, when you start writing for this research paper, you must need to cite and also provide proper references. So that is why APA actually helps us to format the full-length research paper. At the same time, how to cite, provide the text citation, and also references. So I have divided this presentation into two parts. The first part is I will show you, or I'll discuss how to use APA guideline to format a research paper, full-length research paper from beginning to title page to references or appendix. And then in the later part, I will discuss how to generate proper references and text citation with the help of APA guideline. So this is one of the example of a title page in a research paper. As you can see, there is if you would like to use the APA guideline to develop a research paper, this is how you need to prepare your title page for a research paper. So if you see in here, there's a running head. The running head here should be capital letter and 50 characters or less. This is the guideline from APA formatting system. So you need to use the running head, and that is all the words should be capital letter and 50 characters or less character will be there. Then this is the title page. The title on the first page is, of course, it will be centered, double spaced, and it should not be bold. Then there'll be a page number in the right-hand side, top right-hand side. The page number will be top right-hand side, and also Times New Roman 12 size. And these are the author's name, and author's name will be if both of the authors are from same university, they need to use like this. Two of them are from same university, National Institute of Development Administration, and the next one was from Oregon State University. And you need to use the institution name, then a short address where it is located, the city and the country. This is the abstract page. As you can see from here, this is the running head. In the previous slide, as you can see, the running head word was there. Means in the title page, the running head word will be there, but to write down the next page, your running head word will not be there, but the running head, those capital letter, short title capital letter will be there. And then abstract, the word will be centered, and in both cases Times New Roman, double spaced, and single paragraph without indentation and double spaced. And there'll be some keywords. The keyword will be italic. Then this is the beginning introduction part. The title page, title of the paper also gets repeated in here. Exactly, it appears in the first page. And then you need to start with like Times New Roman 12 point font and double space and also aligned in the left. So it should not be justified. In the most of the cases, our student usually makes the mistake to make it justified, but according to APA guideline, it should not be justified. It should be left aligned. It should be left aligned. And then paper size is in general, this is the general guideline for all the pages. That is, paper size needs to be A4 with paper margin set to 2.5 centimeter all around. And each new paragraph is indented by 0.05. So this is the one. And how to indent it. So this is, maybe I'll show it later. So each paragraph requires to generate indented by 0.05, sorry, 0.5 inches. Then the introduction of it to a manuscript does not carry a heading. That means the word introduction should not be here. The word introduction should not be here. That labels is at introduction. The word introduction should not be here. So it will start with the indented 0.5 from each paragraph. So like this. And then heading level 1. In heading level 1, as you can see, so heading level 1 will be in the middle, centered. It will be bold and also just not. Let me just hide. All right. It should be bold. It should be bold, centered, and Times New Roman 12 size. And heading level 2, it should be left aligned, of course, bold, and Times New Roman 12, the same font size. But in case of heading level 3, it should be bold, and at the same time Times New Roman 12, same font size like this one, but it will be aligned with the paragraph. That means you should not click enter and under, I mean, you should write it at the same with the same paragraph in the beginning. But heading level 4, it should be same as heading level 3, but it should be italic. Then heading level 5, same as heading level 4, but it requires to, it doesn't require to be bold. So this is the, I had given up to heading level 5. And this is the major components of your report, that abstract, body, reference, appendix is begin on a new page. So this is how it will work. And then this component, heading level 1, Begin with center heading at the top of the first page, heading 2. That is what I said, without indentation, para with indentation by 0.5. Heading 3, 4, 5, it should be capitalization will be sentence case. Heading 3, 4, 5. As you can see, capitalization will be sentences, but heading level 1 and 2, all the first word will be capitalization. Then at the same time, indented by 0.5 inch, and para will start after heading period. These are the examples that you can get it from this link. That is AP style manual related sample experiment. And then to format the tables in AP style, this is the example to format a table. So as you can see, the table number, you need to write down the table number based on 1, 2, 3, and then the title should be written on top of the table, and it is italic. So that means the title should be written just table after writing the table 1 numbering, then you need to make enter, and under the table 1, then you need to write down the title, and then this is how you need to use the table form. You need to format the table. For example, subject text in here, heading text will be there, and there'll be no bold. This is a plain text should be there. And if you'd like to provide the source or what is the source of the table, you should use the note like this, and source should be italic. To format the figure, as I said earlier, to format the table, the title will be on top of the table, but to format the figure, the title will be under the figure. And here only italic will be the figure number, figure and figure number, this thing. So then you can provide the name of the figure here. And this is how you can use any figure through a figure guideline. Now let's talk about, since we talk about anything about the formatting and other thing, let's talk about the citation and references. All right, just okay. So what is actually citation? Why should we use citation and references? Basically, if I can see, one of my, this is one of the quotes, like one of my parents always said, don't wait till your bed. Mom 1990. So you should not leave any sentences which is not your words. That means many students plagiarize unintentionally. Whenever you summarize, paraphrase, or quote another author's material, you must properly credit your source. That means it doesn't matter whether you are preparing the research paper or preparing the assignment or preparing the other material. So you must cite, if it is not your ideas, if it is not coming from your from yourself, then you must cite from where did you get. Doesn't matter whether you got it from lecture video, doesn't matter whether you got it from an website, or let's say YouTube video, or let's say a blog, or any research paper, books, or anywhere which is not yours. So you must cite to avoid plagiarism. So therefore, yeah, if you are using another person's idea, you should also cite the source as well. So what should I cite? Number one, citing identifies the sources used in a research paper. So that means when you cite, it actually identifies the sources, the source that you have used to generate this idea or the sentences in a research paper or any project or assignments. Then it gives credit to those researchers. It actually provides the credit to those researchers, authors, and writers whose words or ideas you borrow, acknowledging their role in shaping your research. So therefore, most of the cases, like many students usually read a research paper or read a blog and then summarize that article or research paper or that blog, and they prepare their assignment or prepare any paragraph. But they usually, most of the time, they usually forget to uh, cite them or provide any credit. So therefore, in this case, of course, if you take any ideas from any research papers or which is not yours, you must need to cite. So that is AP actually helps us to format that citing. Another thing, it allows others to follow up on or retrieve this material. Sometimes if you read a research paper, you will see the text citation, and then later on you will find the references very interesting and you'll read more to understand that context. So that is why you should always also cite and give credit to others so that the reader will follow up and retrieve that material. To avoid the charge of plagiarism, so we talked many things regarding the plagiarism. So what is plagiarism, by the way? This is actually the unacknowledged use or appropriation of another person's words or ideas. That means a form of cheating or stealing. And indeed, it is a very serious academic offenses. So when you borrow words or ideas from sources to support your argument or research, you must give proper credit. By crediting your sources, you should avoid plagiarism. If you do not cite a source intentionally or unintentionally, you are guilty of plagiarism. So basically, doesn't matter whether you are intentionally uh, avoid to provide credit to the original author, or let's say unintentionally you did that. So in any sense, you are the guilty because you are not providing the proper credit and you have prepared the paper and without citing them or without giving the credit, that should not be valid paper, which is kind of cheating or stealing the ideas from others. So therefore, there are two type of way that usually you can cite. There are two parts. The two parts that you can cite. One is text citation, in-text citation. Another one is references. So let's talk about the first in-text citation. When we talk about the in-text citation, it is often in parentheses within the body of your essay or paper. So that means if I give an example about this in-text citation, let me just get an example. Let's wait for a while. Yeah. All right. So this is the paper that we're talking about. If we get an example here, so this is the full length paper. You see in our research paper, we have provided another person's name. Here in one way, here is another way. So there you go. This is another one. This is another one. So these are considered as an in-text citation. These are considered in-text citation. So if we see, there are a lot of things are here. Most of the sentences are prepared, and most recent Tesla, like for example, White 2018. So these are called in-text citation. Now, how about the references? Basically, references is a list of full citation in the reference space at the end of your paper. So that means when you provide the in-text citation inside the, while you are providing in-text citation inside the paper, but those in-text citation need to be in full length in the at the end of the paper, which is references. So if we check any randomly, if we check one, let's say Shaffer under 2017, this is called in-text citation, and I would like to show whether Shaffer. Yeah. So this is the example of references. That means two things that you need to remember under this consideration about this references and text citation. Number one, the sources that you are citing inside the text must appear in the reference space. On the other hand, each of the references must be cited in the text. That means it's vice versa. That means both cases, it needs to be similar. Means when you are citing anything inside the text, let's say here, inside the text, these text citations, full length references needs to be appeared in the reference list. In the reference list, this one, in the reference list. At the same time, you cannot provide any references without citing them inside the text. That is the two rules. However, one question may come to your mind, that if we would like to cite, for example, this paper 2, 3, 4 times inside the text, do we need to provide reference 2, 3 times? No, we don't need to. As you can see, these references might appear 2, 3 times inside the text, but every references need to be provided only one time. That means one reference, one text citation under the one name and year, same year, text citation might be multiple time, but you need to provide only one time references in full length in the reference list. Right? So for now, I'm not sure whether I can ask question or whether I can take the question if anyone has confusion as of now. Can I take the question now, or at the end of the presentation, I'll take the question?
You can take it at the end of the presentation, Doctor.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right. So this is how that we usually cite, provide in-text citation and also references. So APA provides these guidelines for citation. APA provides these guidelines for citation. What are the guidelines? References are cited in the text, and author, date are listed alphabetically in the reference list. So this is the one. I'll provide several key points, key guidelines in here. So first one, the reference list that I just have shown. So basically that will be alphabetical order. That list must, request to be in an alphabetical order. So that means A to Z. So the author's name starts with A, will come first, and then B, then C, like this way, A to Z. Then in reference list citation, choose reference judiciously, and preference data must be correct and complete. So that is another one. for the in-text citation, I'll start with the discussing of the in-text citation. So for the in-text citation, you must provide information that will allow the reader to locate exactly where you have found the information in your source. Usually this is the author's last name and the year of publication. So this is one of the thing that we need to discuss more, because when you have one author, then you just can put the author's last name, comma, and then year, and with the first bracket both sides. So that is how you will provide the in-text citation inside the text. But when you will have multiple citation, multiple person of a research paper, what will you do? So let me go through one by one. So place the parenthetical reference at the end of the sentence before punctuation marks. So basically, this is how you can provide at the end of the sentence. And evaluating, for example, this is the example that I have provided. So evaluating emission have been determined. So this is one of the line that I have taken from a research paper. And after this bracket, there'll be a full stop. So sometimes I have seen many students' paper that they usually provide this in-text citation after the full stop. Please do not do this kind of mistake, because you need to provide the full stop after the bracket, after the closing bracket. So this is how, you should provide an in-text citation. So we will discuss how you will write if you have 2 authors, 3 authors, or more than 3 authors. We'll discuss one by one those things. So in the in-text citation, when the author's name appears as part of your sentence, which is known as a signal phrase, do not use it again in the parenthetical citation. Just give the year of publication. For example, this is how you can. So last slide, I have given one example, which was you're required to provide in-text citation at the end of the sentence and then full stop. However, this is also, you can use as an author, you can also use the in-text citation in the beginning of the sentences. How you can use, when you can use, when signal phrase will be here. So do not use it again in the parenthetical citation. So you can give the year of publication name and give the year of publication, then an action verb, and then you can write the sentences. So this is how you can use the in-text citation as well. So this is the 2 way that I have shown. There are a few more. So when there are 2 authors, name both authors every time their work is referenced in your paper. Again, when there are 2 authors, so we need to name both authors every time their work is referenced in my paper in any format. At the end of the sentence or in the beginning of the sentence, we need to provide both of the author's name. Remember, this was only single author. So now we are discussing when you have 2 authors. So if it is a 2 authors, all the time we need to provide 2 authors' name in our paper, like this. So Sells and Tickling 2008 found that, so as you can see, so this is the beginning of a sentence, and you can provide this thing at the end of the sentences as well, like this, but you need to provide the both of the authors' last name. Both of the authors' last name. This is how we can use the same thing, but you can use at the end of the sentences as well, like this. So other citation possibilities, basically, when there are between 3 and 5 authors, you will find sometimes a research paper is authored by 3 and 5 and sometimes more than 5. But in this time we are discussing there are between 3 and 5 authors. We need to name all at their first citing. At the when, for example, we are writing a research paper. A research paper contains 5 authors. So when you will start writing at the beginning, you need to provide all the 5 authors' last name and then year in the beginning. But for the second time or later, after the first time, you need to provide the first author's last name and et all, this word, et al, full stop, then comma, and then year, like this. This is the example. Or if you would like to use it in the beginning of the sentence, then you don't need to provide the comma in here. First author's last name, and then et al, full stop, and then year. So this is how you can use when you have 3 and more than 3 and in between 3 and 5 authors. So this is the one. In the first time you need to use like this way, but after the first time you need to use like this way. You need to use this et al word. And when there are 6 or more authors, use first author's surname and then et al. First author's last name, surname means last name, and the word et al. That means you need to just understand here, when we are reading a research paper and we'd like to cite or provide credit to a research paper where the author was in between 3 to 5, we need to provide all the author's last name when we'll start writing in the beginning. And then secondly, if you would like to cite them again for the second time or third time or fourth time or more than that, we need to use et al. But in case of 6 or more authors of a single research paper, we just need to use the authors like this way. The first author's last name and put the two word et al, means et al. And then the others in the second example, above all in all citing examples. So like this way, I mean, you need to do it again and again. If the author is a group, sometimes if the author is a group or corporation or association or government agency, there's no name, let's say, use the entire name in your text site. You understand? So, for example, if it is a National Institute of Mental Health, then you need to use the full sentences in full name of the corporation in here first time. But for the second time, you need to use the short form. Again, I'm saying, if the author is a group or let's say an organization or a corporation or association or let's say government agency, we need to use the entire name in the text citation for the first time like this. This is the first one, National Institute of Mental Health. And then if you'd like to cite them again in the later part, then you need to use the short form of that institution. For example, NIMH. So that is how it works actually. So, and then sometimes you will find then a work has no identified author. In most of the cases, if you go through a website, if you read something from a website, then you will find then those kind of writing has no identified author. So how will you write it? Or how will you cite it? So to cite in text, the first few words of the reference list entry, if the article, chapter, or web page use quotation mark, if periodical, book, report, or use italics, so you need to use that exactly the title. You need to use the first few words of the title. For example, you have found something from IKEA report. So this, let's say it doesn't have any author. So you just directly need to write down the report itself, like that the name of the document that you have read. So you need to write down the name of the document, then both should be in the inverted comma. Should be in inverted comma, then comma 2005. So this is how it works. And sometimes you can write down, like if it is a chapter, web page, or something else, like college bound seniors 2008. So this is how, I mean, for example, a popular college prep handbook, college bound seniors. So this is one of the handbook they're referring to. But here, if you'd like to use this, like this parenthesis way to cite in the in-text citation, you may use make it italic. So that is how you can cite them and give the credit when you do not have any author, identified author. That means if you do not have an identified author, you can cite, you can use the document name to cite the paper or report or web page. I'll show you directly how to cite this website and other things through different way. So at the end, this is just example what we discussed so far about one author, multiple author, or sometimes whether it is first time source citation in text or subsequent text citation. For example, one work by one author is more or less similar. First citation in text, you may write down like this way. This is a kind of a parenthesis way, and this is how we can write for the second time, third time, or parenthetical format. You can write down like this in bracket. Within the bracket, you can write down this like this, and second time also you can write in like this. However, for one work by two authors, it is almost same like this. But try to understand that most of the cases, the difficult part is when you have more than 4 authors and another thing. So as we have already discussed, like if you have one work by 3 authors, you need to write down for the first time like this, but second time you need to use this et al. All right. And I think there are some sounds are coming. Would you please mute your microphone? Please mute the microphone. Sorry. All right. So if you have 3 authors, in this case, for the first time, you need to write down like this way. But for the second time, you need to use this et al word. And for the parenthetical format, for the first time, you can write down this way. You see the differences here, and word is like this, but here is a kind of symbolic word. So same thing for the second time in the parenthetical format, you need to use this et al format. So same thing in here for 4 authors, one work by 4 authors, and one work by 5 authors. It's the same thing, like 3. It's the same thing. But however, for the one work by 6 or more authors, all the time you need to use et al. All the time you need to use et al, full stop, comma. If it is parenthetical format, then you need to use full stop, then comma, then year, and first bracket in both sides. But if it is non-parenthetical way, then you need to use this et al word, and then you should not use any comma, then full stop, but you should not use any comma, then first bracket with the year of the publication. And for when you have corporation or organization or any other institution, if you'd like to cite, then you can cite like this way. For the first citation in text, you can use like this, but in the later time, you can use this short form. So this is how you can use this kind of in-text citation style. Now, it is another important part of this guideline. Sometimes, in some cases, we need to provide, sometimes, some cases, we need to provide exactly the same type of word from a research paper, because let's say you'd like to define something, but you'd like to bring some of the past literature's definition. Now, if you'd like to define, if you'd like to bring some definition of the previous researcher, you cannot change or you cannot summarize that definition. You must need to quote as it is regarding that definition. So if you'd like to do so in APA formatting, there are some guidelines regarding this quotation. So when you directly copy a sentence or para, you must need to provide, at first you must need to provide the quotation mark here, quotation mark. The example is here in the green color, quotation mark, and with, of course, the page number and para number in text. For an example, this is the sentences that I have copied directly from this book, the book that I shown to you earlier, APA 2013. But in this case, as you can see, I had to provide page number. That page number format will be, P will be small letter, then full stop, then page number. It is a page number 15. I have directly copied this sentence, and that copied sentences must need to be under the inverted comma, within the inverted comma, and then full stop. This is how you usually, when you copy a sentence or a paragraph, you must need to provide like this. So any passage, just try to remember this part. Any paragraph or passages or sentences with word length of 40 or more than 40 need to be treated differently. Just try to understand. For example, these sentences that I have copied, it is not, the word length is not more than 40. It's not above 40. So it is just only, let's say, 10 to 15 words. But if you copy directly, or if you copy a paragraph or sentence which is directly, equal to 40 or more than 40 word, then what you need to do, you need to start such a block quotation. It is called block quotation on a new line, and you need to indent the block quotation about a half inch from the left margin, and at the end provide the page number and page and paragraph. So let me show you the example. Let me show the example. So this is the example. As you can see, I directly copied these sentences, which is more than 40 words, which is in length, in word length, more than 40 words. So therefore, I had to indent 0.5, the whole paragraph. I had to indent 0.5. I need to provide the quotation mark in both beginning of the sentence and at the end of the sentence. Then I have to provide the in-text citation, about the which website that which institution, from which institution website that I have copied, then comma, year, at the same time, comma, then page number, and page number is 41, and then close the first bracket and then full stop. This is how you should use when you would like to copy 40 equal to 40 or more than 40 words at a time. All right. Now, this is another one. If you would like to, sorry. If you would like to cite the electronic sources, if you would like to cite the electronic site sources, how can you do that? So electronic sources sometimes same as print sources, like direct quotation from e-sources which don't have page number. So we are talking about the quotation as well. Still now we are talking about the quotation. If you are copying directly from a site or web page that doesn't have any page number, what will you do? If you do not have any page number, you need to provide the paragraph number. And how you will justify the paragraph number? For an example, if I provide, let's say I'm copying something from World Bank website. World Bank. So let's say I'm copying something from World Bank website here. So this is the website that I copied something from, let's say, from this document. Now I copied, let's say, this paragraph directly. So how I can, since there is no page number in here, how can I provide the page number, or how can I provide the quotation? So what can you do? You can use the quotation mark here and at the end, and then this is paragraph number, para number 2, 1, 2. So later, if you'd like to copy from here, so this is paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is how you should provide the para number at the end of the sentences. And of course, quotation, if you would like to copy directly, always quotation will be there. You need to provide the quotation mark, direct quotation mark from there. So what are the references list that appears end of the paper? So this, we talked enough about the in-text citation. As of now, we have discussed most of the cases in in-text citation. Now I would like to discuss about the reference list. So basically, reference list appears at the end of the paper or research paper or assignment or any kind of projects. So I had shown you earlier that I opened a paper. That paper actually papers reference at the end of, that means after the conclusion, the references list will be there after the conclusion. Then everything you referenced in your text must be listed in your reference list. That means the in-text citation that you have provided, the number of in-text citation you have provided, all the in-text citations must need to appear in the reference list. So we discussed this thing earlier. Conversely, everything you list in the reference list must be cited in your paragraph. So it needs to be equal. Equal means, in a sense, not the number, but it must need to be equal with the name. The name and year that you have provided inside the text, of course, it needs to be appear in the reference list as well. And the references list provides the information required for a reader to find and retrieve any source used in your paper. So that is, we discussed it earlier. So this is the tips for the print resources about preparing the research paper. So this is the general tips for the printed resources. For an example, to write down the references, author's last name come first and then his first name. Like this is the example, first name, but his first and middle names abbreviated. That means the short form. For an example here, this is the last name and then comma and then author's first name will be abbreviated, means only one word, the first word will be appeared in here. Then if more than one author, but no more than 6, list all the authors separated by a comma and connecting the last with a ampersand. So for an example here, the author's last name, first author's last name, then comma, then first and middle name, the first word, then full stop, comma, then the same thing repeated to second author, third author, and fourth author. And if it is the last author, then you need to use this ampersand, the end word, then full stop. They need to provide the year name. So for example, if it is a title of a book, then periodically it should be italic. So that means only the first word in title and after a colon and proper nouns are capitalized. So only these things will be, proper nouns will be capitalized. Only first author of this one and then capitalized, and then it should be italic. So that is how it works of the title of the book and other things. And article and chapter titles appear in regular font with the same rules for capitalization. For an example, this is how you should write for the capitalization. You should not capitalize of all the sentences. So this is the book example. So if it is one author, you should capitalize this thing, the first word, but not the other sentence, but after the colon, there will be only one word will be capitalized, and then it should be italic. So this is use a colon between the main title and the subtitle. Then with 3 to 6 authors, this is how we should use. List all the authors' last name in full and then first and middle names abbreviated like this way. So to indent is basically indent all lines after the first line is a 0.5. You should indent 0.5 and hang to 0.5. For the articles, this is how it works. For the articles, this is how it works. Like for the year, and this is the issue number in the parenthesis, issue number, and of course you need to provide the DOI. DOI is digital object identification. You need to provide that thing as well. And for the magazine, you can use the year and also date. For journals or magazine, you should always provide year and date. For the newspaper as well. For the newspaper in particular, you need to provide the day, month, and also year, like this way. For the website, this is how you should use the website. You need to provide the from where did you collect it from, retrieve from which link. You need to provide the link as well. Excuse me. Other sources can also be used and cited. Basically, technical research report or meeting or symposium, doctoral dissertation, master thesis. This is how, these are all the other sources that also can be cited. used and cited. So for the technical reports, you can use the author's name at first, the same as the earlier one, and then the report title in a italic form, and then report number. You need to provide the report number and where it is published. Then, excuse me. And then if it is from any institution, you need to write down the institution name first and the title of the website, title of the website, from where did you get the report, then the report name, and from which link that you have retrieved from. So for the meeting also you can use like this way. For the doctoral dissertation, this is the same as we cite the journal article, but you need to write in bracket, you need to write down whether it is master's thesis or PhD thesis or other thing, and from where did you retrieve from. Particularly from in here, you can also include the link of the thesis dissertation, from where did you get it. And if you do not get from any link, if you get it from any accession number, then you can provide the accession number as well. Even you can cite the audio, visual media and video as well. So this is how we can cite, from where you need to provide from where did you get it. For example, here available from Universal Studios. So this is how we can use the audio, visual media and video citation. For the internet message boards, electronic mailing list and online communities blog post. So this is the way that you can cite the blog post or other thing, online communities. For example, this is from Apple website regarding the document about iPhone 4 and innovative ringtones. So this is how we can cite the website. So it is very interesting now. I'm paying attention to all of you here. So okay. How to generate references. So we talked much about many things regarding how to cite. I'm sure that most of you are bored now because it is kind of like I talked in one way. Most of the time I have shown how to cite, how to provide references regarding a dissertation, books, magazines, or report, or articles, or some other thing. Now, how to generate references? The way that I have shown, I'm sure I also faced this thing during my PhD dissertation preparation. It is very hard to follow in a manual system the way that I discussed, that you need to remember this should be times New Roman italic, this should be bold, you need to provide some sort of parenthesis, you need to provide the issue number, this and that. It is very hard to remember in this era, but in this era you don't need to remember all these things that the way that I showed. So there are some wonderful softwares, and even in the manual system also, I can show you, you can use to generate the references. So let's start with by using the software. Please note down, since we do not have enough time, I'll just show you some of the demo or some of the things that is available. So I'll just show you those things. Let's start with what are the software that actually help us to generate references. Number one is Mendeley. So Mendeley is wonderful software. Actually, it helps to generate the references, at the same time text citation as well. So Mendeley, if you go through any website, just if you go through any website, so Mendeley, you can, it is kind of this kind of thing. For an example, this is the reference management software. If you search in Mendeley, you can logging into here in the website. You can sign in, and also you can synchronize. You can synchronize your research paper in here, and doesn't matter in which laptop that which where you are logging in. So you can read, cite, or provide the reference list from that research paper. And also you can use the desktop version, Mendeley desktop. So you can download it. It is free actually. Mendeley desktop. From here you can install the desktop, and then it will be automatically embedded into your Microsoft Word. I think there's I don't think there is Mendeley in here. No, not in this computer. So I have another PC computer. I think on that computer there is a Mendeley software is embedded in. So in Microsoft, Mendeley will be embedded, and throughout this, when you will log in, automatically your all the research paper that you will upload from the website, and automatically it will be shown to that Microsoft Word whenever you will start writing something. And then if you start the Mendeley, and you can cite easily, and when you will cite, automatically the reference list will be created at the end of the paper. This is how it works about the Mendeley. And the next one is Zotero. Zotero also works same. So let me just, okay, I have Zotero. No, I have EndNote in here. All right. So next one is Zotero. Zotero is also very light software. It is actually lighter than all the other software that I have used, Mendeley, EndNote, or some other thing. Zotero is very lighter software, and it is also embedded in Microsoft Word. So in the Microsoft Word, you will find there is a page is called Zotero in here, and automatically Zotero is also synchronize your research paper and other thing from your desktop or PC. They can synchronize, and you can read, write any devices. If you log into Zotero, you can read and write from any devices, from anywhere. For example, in your office computer, you can log in, and then you can start working. The same time, if you synchronize with your home PC, it will be work as same like as your home PC, and then you can cite the same paper you read in the home at the same time at your office. So EndNote here I can show maybe. This is the EndNote software. EndNote, what from my perspective, I mean, I'm not sure for others. From my perspective, the EndNote software is kind of complicated than other software. However, it is also, yeah. So you see, this is my EndNote. Okay, I did not actually, perhaps. Okay, I did not add anything. So this is the my EndNote. If you would like to synchronize, then we can synchronize from email address and password. We can use this logging system in any logging. I forgot actually my email address and other thing. So you can log in here, and automatically here you will see the reference list in here. And at the same time in Microsoft Word, if I start adding, if I add in Microsoft Word, it will be shown in here. So then you can start working in the Microsoft Word just as like as the other softwares as well. So RefWorks, LaTeX, and BibTeX, I didn't have any experience with the LaTeX and BibTeX, so I do not have much experience on this, but rest of the 4 software that I have used, I have found Jotter is the easiest one, second is Mendeley, third is EndNote. And RefWorks is also very simple. You can work on that software as well for the references and citation purpose. However, let's talk about the manually now. In manual system, you see, whenever I am using this Microsoft Word, in the Microsoft Word, I think those who are using all of us are using Microsoft Word. So in Microsoft Word, if we click references in here, through this Microsoft Word, you can use or you can provide references and text citation as well. So how can you do that? In the reference list, there's a default system is APA system. I mean, if you can check your Microsoft Word, that in your Microsoft Word, if you click the references and then bibliography, automatically you will see the references style is APA is the default one. So from there, you can use this, you can click this citation and then input the necessary information about a research paper from where that you would like to copy or you would like to take the ideas or summarize the paper. So then you can provide those information, first name, last name of the authors, then authors like paper title, issue number, then volume number, year. So those sort of things that if you provide, then if you click there, automatically it will create for you the citation, text citation, and also it will create the reference list as well. Then next one is Google Scholar. So this is another interesting. All of us usually use Google Scholar as a database. So if you see here, if you click, let's say you would like to you are conducting a research on, let's say, EV supply chain, electric vehicle supply chain management. So let's say you have found this article. So you'd like to cite it. And at the same time, you'd like to provide the references. So when you cite it, when you search any document, and if you'd like to read it and cite it, then you see up in the under each article, there is one point is called cite. Under each article, there is one point is called cite. If you click cite here, you see there are different types of referencing system are here. So just to make sure, I'm just revealing one thing. There is no only one referencing format in the world. There are multiple type of referencing format is available. For example, MLA, APA, Chicago, Harvard, Vancouver. There are few more. So you can use any of them, but when you click the site in here, these are the most popular referencing systems. Since we are discussing about the APA, so you can just copy this one and paste in the references list. This is how you can get the APA reference list from a Google Scholar. All right, so any article that, as you can see, any article that you can get the APA formatting system in here. The last one is citation and reference generator websites. So there are several websites. For example, Citation Machine. So if you search citation machine APA, you'll find this APA format and citation generator. So here you can use any sources. You can use any sources, website, book, journal, or newspaper, or film or video, online database, advertisement, Bible. So anything, I mean, there are so many things. So you can use any of those where you are trying to cite or where you are trying to get the idea and you would like to cite or give the credit to them. So you can use those database, any of the database, and then follow the one by one. So for example, if you, let's say you would like to cite website, click the website, and then you can just copy URL, the link in here, paste the link in here. Not sure. No. So paste the link in here. Let me show you. I was talking about the World Bank earlier on. So let's say what we do from here, you will copy something, okay? Or let's say here. From overview, we'll copy something from here. So let's copy the website. This one, and then search. And there you go. So you'll get site in here, this one. So later on, you'll find here. Website title, World Bank, URL, and you can use one by one. As you remember, if you do not have any author name, then what will you write? The organization name. So we are writing World Bank, right? Then URL, display URL, yes. Electronically published, we do not know where it is published, we access this one. So then complete citation. Here you go. So this is how, since we did not provide any date, so this is how your text, reference list will create. Here you can use the in-text citation as well. Copy in-text citation or copied citation. Copy citation means references, and copy in-text citation means in here, in the text, what will you write? So you can copy from here and then paste it into your reference research paper. So, well, this is how you can generate the reference list and in-text citation. This is the example of the reference page. So as you can see, be sure that include the digital objective identifier numbers. As I said earlier, DOI number. So DOI number, you will get it from the journal itself, the article that you will read. So on top of the article, you will get the DOI number. So it is comes with the in the beginning DOI. As you can see, DOI like this, it will come. So you should provide all citation end in a period full stop. That means all citation will end in a period full stop. If it is not, I think there are some mistakes in here. So it should be provided the full stop, except, oh, sorry, except those with a DOI or a URL. So those who has DOI or URL, you should not provide the full stop. Rather than that, so you should always provide the full stop, full stop, full stop like this. The references is centered at the top of the page like this. It should not be bold. So rather normal references in center at the end of at the top of the paper. So, and sources are listed alphabetically. That means A to Z order. B, then C, D. There is no D. So D, E, F, G, H, like this alphabetical order A to Z. It must be indent all lines after the first half 0.5 inch for each reference is listed. It's called hanging 0.5. You must need to hang in 0.5. So this is the APA Bible as I showed it to you earlier. So you can utilize this one to understand more about it. Whatever we have discussed, I have discussed, everything is coming from this book that is called Publication Manual, APA 6, American Circulation 6th edition. But however, there's a 7th edition is right now going. So there are some slightly differences between 6th edition and 7th edition. So you can access this book. You can buy the book, the 7th edition, and you will find it very useful. It's a nearly 300 pages book, and you will find it very easy to understand, to format the research paper. If you are a PhD student or a thesis student, then I'll highly recommend to buy this book and to make sure that your paper is formatted and cited and provided references correctly. So thank you very much. I mean, if you have any question, then you're most welcome to ask question round. Thank you very much.
Now the session is open for Q&A. If there is any questions from the participant side, you may ask now. If there is any questions from the participant side, you may raise your hands.
If you have any question, please ask me.
Is there any questions from the participant side? You may raise your hands.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, I kindly wanted to find out the transfer of articles. If you've downloaded articles manually, then you want to transfer them into Zotero. I normally have some challenges to transfer them from the downloaded folder into Zotero. How
So,
do I do it?
all right. So your question is, if you'd like to, let's say you prepared your article manually and then later you will transfer it to Jotero, right?
Yes, how do I do it?
The
Like
problem
at
is,
once.
the problem is here. I mean, yeah, you can do it in the most efficient way, but you cannot do it in all of them together. So if you could have done it with, let's say, one software is Mendeley. You have prepared it Mendeley, you can transfer it to Jotero, or vice versa. Like if you prepare it to Jotero, you can transfer it to Mendeley. But the problem is, if you prepare it to manually, then you cannot directly change to Jotero. Rather, what you can do, you can input all the reference list that you have prepared, input into the Jotero, and upload all the article into Jotero software, and then just the in-text citation that you have provided, you click there, click the Jotero link over there, and type the name and click. Automatically, it will be converted on there. So it is also kind of manually that you need to do. This is just a 1 hour and 1.5 an hour job to complete. But however, if you could have done it in another software, it is possible to change it.
Okay, thank you so much. The other question is on if you get articles from Google Scholar, in most cases in Zotero, you won't have some abstracts. What can you explain on the same?
Okay, if we get it from Google Scholar, it doesn't have, I mean, Jotero software doesn't have any abstract.
It doesn't accept you to access some abstracts from Zotero.
I didn't get it. Again, please.
You have maybe transferred some articles into Zotero. So when you want to do systematic review,
okay,
you are able to access some abstract of any article.
Okay.
Yes. What do you
So,
explain on the same?
so you are not finding any abstract in Jotero. That is what you are saying?
Yes, if you go to articles from Google Scholar.
Okay, the problem in this case, the problem is Jotero is a free software. So in this case, sometimes when some people usually uploads in the Jotero, then automatically it caches their title and other thing. And if you will see sometimes when you are uploading any article, sometimes the title is wrong. You have found it, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Did you find any time that sometimes the title is wrong? So the problem is here, you need to just manually, there is an option, it's called edit option, edit the article. So what you can
Okay.
do, you can read the article, then copy the abstract and paste in the Jotaro software. There's a right hand side, you'll find the edit option and edit the article. So you can just click that abstract and you can just paste the abstract over there and it will be automatically uploaded there.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, can I proceed?
Yes,
I
yes,
think he
yes,
has
yes.
finished. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello?
My question is that I am using Mendeley, but the problem, Mendeley has a problem, which is one, it duplicates. The other one is it lost some of the uploaded articles and the like. The
Some of
other,
the,
yes.
I didn't get it. Again, please.
Okay, I used Mendeley.
Okay.
I use Mendeley for my research papers and the like.
Okay.
The problem is that it duplicates that article or during citation. Sometimes the uploaded article or document has been lost by
So
the
which
system
version that
itself.
you are using?
Mendeley.
Which version?
Okay, the recent version, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I personally have found this problem also very irritating. I also used Mendeley for a long time. The problem is I moved to Jotero because the Mendeley that he, as you said, it sometimes duplicates the name of the article and sometimes the article list is wrong.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I have written one comment on their blog regarding this matter, but I think they did not solve it. Sometimes they asked us to update the version, but I'm not sure. So I certainly moved to Jotero now.
Okay, shall I also move to like you? Which
It depends on your library here. That are you working on a dissertation or
articles? I have already did my
so then
dissertation.
articles? You can move to Jotero. Jotero is
Articles.
much more simpler than Mendeley.
Mendeley is best.
No. Mendeley is, of course, heavy software, but the Jotero is the simpler version, and you can use very simply. Simply, you can use. It is not
So,
complicated as Mendeley. You can even convert the Mendeley document to Jotero document.
okay. So after using it or simultaneously, I can use. Still, I am simultaneously use manually as well as use software. But as you agreed with me, the software has great problem, which is, as I said earlier, it duplicates, it lost some data, and also sometimes rearrangement of names is also difficult. Is not so.
I agree. So I'm
Rearrangement of
sending.
authors or articles, or sometimes it writes the first name, middle name, the last name as well.
True. So I'm just sending one link to the message to everyone. So you can follow this blog. There are several solutions they have said, but I have found it complicated sometimes. So I just moved to Jotero then. So here I have included the link how to convert your Mendeley document to Jotero document. So you can follow not only this question, but also there are many questions had written in this forum. So you can follow this forum to solve your problem, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Zetro is best.
I must not say that is my personal opinion. I have found it very simple, so that's what I said.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any more question?
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon from my zone.
Right.
I want to confirm, please, whether the lecture we had is on upper sixth edition or seventh edition.
Sixth edition. Yeah.
Sixth. All
Sixth
right.
edition. And then I included one point regarding the seventh edition. And also that will be shared with you, I guess, in later on this presentation.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Then again, the second question I want to ask, if you can please help us and share a guide on how to use this Zotero. I think I'm in love with it with your explanation now.
All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Any other question?
Any other questions from the participant side? Please raise your hands.
Yeah, hello. Thank you for giving us this presentation. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, thank you for this wonderful presentation. I think I really appreciate it. My question is, please, can you explain or can you give us some special softwares that can create a powerful chart or figures, particularly when someone is writing a review or original article?
Which one? I didn't get it. Again, please.
My question is, can you help us with a powerful software that can be used to generate a chart or figure in writing a review or original article that will be very captivating?
You are asking me to suggest any software? With what? I mean, the last line I didn't get it. Sorry.
Yeah, that will help to generate a chart, a figure.
Figure.
Or yeah, a figure or a chart that will be very colorful and very attractive in an article.
Oh, okay. So, you want me to suggest a figure? Sorry, is a software or a website which actually helps to generate the figure of what?
For example, if you are writing a review or an original article and you have a graph, maybe you want to generate a graph that will be very.
You can look for. I'm not sure. There are some AI. AI helps to do that, but you need to, of course, you need to cite the AI. If you use AI to generate the images or figures, you need to, of course, you need to cite the AI as well. There's very important question that you asked, and thank you very much. I forgot to mention that, of course, in this era, if you use ChatGPT or Gen AI or some other AIs websites or software, so in that case also you need to cite that AI that you have used, because that is not used. So I think from Gen AI or some other areas that you can use to generate the figure. At the same time, before AI, I used to work with a mind map. So you can search in the Google regarding the mind map, and you will find there different kind of website which actually offers to generate figures, diagram, and at the same time like organizational chart. It's free to design there, and there are some wonderful option there.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right. Any other question?
Good evening.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear
Hello.
you.
Yeah, thanks for your presentation. Please, there is one clarification. I would like you to help me a little bit. Like here I am in Nigeria, they prefer us to be using the latest APA edition, which is the 7th edition.
Okay.
And from the presentation, that you use, it seems that one is not the 7th edition, because according to our lecturer that
Just
the 7th.
let me share let me share the basic difference. Just only 2-3 areas are differences in 6th and 7th edition. Let me share with
Okay.
those things. Okay. I'm just sharing
Okay.
one document where you can download the differences of 6th and 7th edition. So I have shared
Okay.
already to everyone. All right. So this is the
Okay.
basic
God
difference.
bless you.
Yeah, basic
Okay.
differences.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much.
Any other questions from the participant side?
Yes, once more.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, after having said hello, thanks for the previous question that you have answered very much. Now, since an idea has been raised by somebody, the meeting, now AI or just like Chat GPT is using for generating proposals and researches. So, is it can be plagiarism or not? But for me, I use just I download an ideas and I improve very much with my context, and also upload for proofread of English. So
okay. So if you ask me this question, I mean the problem is there are different school of thoughts regarding using AI. Now it depends. I would say that this is an epistemological answer. It depends in what extent that you are using ChatGPT. For example, recently I have attended one seminar regarding this AI issues and student plagiarism and some other thing. Actually, they are saying that you can use ChatGPT to help as a proofreading, grammatical things or other things, but you need to generate the idea by yourself. You need to write the idea, write the paper by yourself, but you can take help. But that help should be recorded, or means you need to provide the credit to that AI system. Means whenever you submit to a journal, you need to open this, you need to disclose this information to them that you have used AI for the proofreading purposes. And recently in the Turnitin software, they have used AI detection, AI something like Turnitin AI or something like that. Means, or if you would like, if you use AI to generate the article, that software will identify that you have copied or you have used this kind of AI system to generate the article. So yes, you can, of course, you can use, but you need to disclose the information to the editor of the journal.
okay, that is now at the moment I use some information to generate from by using AI, but after download it, I just improved or bring into an adaptation to the what I'm going to study. And then I also upload that manuscript to be proof in English. That is, you answered like this. So may you have a software that can detect whether it is AI or self-generated. Can you share me that? If you have?
Yeah, there is an updated version. There is an option in Turnitin
Yes.
which detects actually AI. So you can use that website as well.
Okay. May you share
No,
the
it is the paid version. Paid version. So most of the journals nowadays they use this software, or many university they started using so that the student only they can't depend on the AI system to generate their reports. So they started using these things. So Turnitin, you can contact with your university whether they have any Turnitin paid version or not. So in that case, you can use that software as well.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you.
I hope there is no more questions from the participant side. So let's wind up the session. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Thank you very much. Thank you for organizing this event. Thank you.
An important announcement to the participants: you will receive your webinar certificate within 7 to 10 working days.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Also, participants can register for the upcoming webinar on steps in writing a research proposal, tips to avoid common mistakes by Mansoor Amini. You can register through our website.